Greetings, music friends. I'm Greg Thomas, and this is the James Madison University Jazz Band. Today, we're going to experiment with one of the most exciting and rewarding things you can do with your instrument. We're going to be improvising. So let's get right to it. Sometimes when you're inventing music on the fly or improvising, you should follow certain rules and scales to make your creation match the sounds around it. For today, we're calling this structured improvisation. Structured improvisation scares people sometimes, but we're going to try to fix some of that. But there are other times when you can improvise without rules and scales. We'll call this free improvisation. It is invention and exploration without so many boundaries. We're going to experience both these kinds of improvising, and we're going to do it with the help of an amazing composition called Wobble by the great tenor player Jeff Coffin. At the end of this session, after we've tried a few improvisation techniques, we're going to play Wobble from start to finish and invite you to play along on the improvisation sections. Exciting, right? Right? Yeah. Right. There you go. We've provided you with a study guide that has some information that will help you get the most out of this session. First, look at that study guide now, and let's get acquainted with the melody for Wobble. It's really an amazing melody, but it's definitely a bit wobbly. Let's pick one of these hardworking college students to demonstrate this melody for us. Who do you think? Just point at the person. Joe, I think they're pointing at you. What a miracle. So how about Joe take us through this melody one time? 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's how we do it here. Well done, Jeff. Let's get a few more people in on that. Here's another rendition of that for you. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Great, guys. Now, why don't you play along with us on this melody? Do your best. Anybody who can play this all the way through correctly gets a cookie from the band directors. Band directors, start your ovens. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. So that's a pretty quirky melody, so you might have to turn off the recording and work on this melody a bit to get it just right, but for now, we're going to surge forward. Later on, when we play the entire tune, you can play along with us on that melody, and I'm going to warn you in the tune by giving you this hand signal. Our first hand signal, thumbs up. That means get ready to play the Wobble melody that we just rehearsed. All right, here we go to the next step. Wobble's the perfect song to practice structured and free improv because it alternates between two moods. We've decided to call these two moods awake and dreaming. Ooh, thank you. Okay. The awake section will use structured improvisation, but the dreaming section will use free improvisation just like actual dreaming does. We're going to work on the dreaming first. Remember, free improvisation has no set musical rules, but it might be based on a suggestion or even an emotion. For instance, Alex, I should say it into this. Alex, can you play something sad for about 10 seconds with Tyler and Ian? Very moving. Sammy, can you play something mysterious for about 10 seconds? And this time take Michael and Tyler with you. That was mysterious. Hey, Devin, you ready for this? Yeah. Can you respond to this statement? Whatever comes to mind when I say, my middle school science teacher smelled like formaldehyde. That's exactly what I was thinking. All right, now you try it. You're going to play something sad with Tyler and Ian for 10 seconds. Ready? Go. You're going to play something mysterious with Michael and Tyler. Ready? Go. Fascinating. And you're going to respond to my problem. My middle school science teacher smelled like formaldehyde. Take Tyler and Ian with you. Nice. I hope that was interesting. Go back over that a few times. Take turns in your class. Listen to and enjoy, but do not judge what your classmates come up with. So when two or more people free improvise at the same time, the idea is to use your music to communicate. Listen to what other people are saying, then respond to it. Experiment with note choices and rhythms. Don't try to say everything at once. Leave space and let the music breathe. Let's try one more. I want all of my freshmen, where are my freshmen? I want all of my freshmen to improvise on this idea. Loneliness, morphing into friendship and love. 15 seconds, go do it. How lovely. Now you try it. Listen around you, respond to the sounds you hear. Remember, in free improv, we're not worried about wrong notes. Think of yourself as an explorer trying to communicate with aliens or something. Let's just take our rhythm section on this one. And this one's for you guys. Here goes. Loneliness morphing into friendship and love. Go. Beautiful. Okay, back to Wobble. Here's the idea for the free improv sections on Wobble. We're going to try to evoke the wobbly mood of the melody, but in a dream-like, fragmented way, sort of like how you might dream about your own experiences, in a mixed-up, kind of distorted way. Here's the band playing an example of our first dream segment. This happens several times in the song, and it's always going to sound different and original. You'll hear ideas pop up and go away. Nothing really finishes or makes sense, sort of like in a real dream. When we play the full song together, the hand signal for a dream segment is spooky fingers. So when we play the whole song later, I'm going to try to warn you when the dream segment is coming up by giving you that hand signal. Let's do that one time. Just give me a dream segment with the full band. And you guys keep time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's turn to the awake section, the stuff we're calling structured improvisation. In structured improvisation, you're bound by a few rules that will make your playing sound more musically tied to the style of the song. But there's still plenty of room for creativity. On your study guide is the blues scale for your instrument in the key of concert B-flat. Jeff Coffin uses the notes from the B-flat blues scale to construct this wobble melody. So it's a great note collection to use on improvisations to make them sound closely aligned to the tune. Let's all play the blues scale together a couple different ways. First, we're going to start from the bottom and play it to the top in half notes, okay? You guys with me? 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice. Now let's start on the top and play down to the bottom. Half notes. 4 beats on the bottom note. 5, 6, 7. Nice. Now I'm going to ask you to locate the fifth in that scale, which is the concert F. Can you play a concert F for us? There you go. Beautiful. And I want you to start on concert F. I want you to go up to concert B flat, and then come all the way back down past F, down to bottom B flat. 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice. We're getting some facility with this. Now experiment starting at different places in the scale and changing direction anytime you like, but continue to play the notes in order. Okay, so start anywhere you want, change direction anytime you want, but still play the notes in order. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, experiment starting in different places and play the notes out of order and any way you like. But for right now, just stick with half notes. 5, 6, 7. There are millions of ways to play these notes and to create great improvised solos. And we're here to help you explore and discover a few. Okay, the big moment has arrived. Everybody say hi to Macy. Macy is our wonderful singer. She's a sophomore at JMU. She's going to lead us in some call and response, starting on the first note of the B-flat blues scale. Call and response, by the way, is a technique we use in jazz and blues music, where Macy sings something and then you respond to it. In this first session, you're going to try to play exactly what Macy sings to the best of your ability. So you're imitating Macy. You're not trying to have a conversation with her. Okay? Here's a B flat. There you go. Ready, rhythm section? A 5, 6, 7, 8.
Da 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 da. Da da dee da ba da da. Da 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 da. Da dee da da dee da da. Da da dee da. Da dee da da dee da.
All right. So in this next segment, we're going to try to imagine that Macy is asking us a question, and our job is to come up with an answer. So if Macy sings,
Da da dee 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 da.
you might go, "Boo-gee-ba-boo-ga-doo-wah." You might do that. You probably wouldn't, but you might. So this time, don't try to imitate what Macy sings. Instead, try to answer it musically with stuff you invent. Remember, in structured improvisation, you're trying to follow the rules and limit yourselves to notes in the B-flat blues scale. But you can experiment with the order of the notes, and you can experiment with the rhythms. Here we go. A 5, 6, 7.
Da da dee da da. Da dee da dee dee da da dee da. Da ba da da ba ba. Da 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 ba da 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 da. Da dee da 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 ba da. da da.
That's great. And you can tell, now this is going out to the band directors. Band directors, don't be afraid of a little chaos going on in your band room when you're doing this. There's a lot of ideas being expressed at the same time. Embrace it. So I have two more hand signals for you. One, fist. That's to imitate. Try to sing exactly what Macy sings to you. Open hand, answer her. Respond with music that you create. Let's try that again, but this time I'm going to ask Macy to start on the 5th note of the blues scale. Give her a concert F. And this time, you play along with us. This will give us a little different sound, but I'm just going to point to one person in the band to respond to what Macy does. So we're responding to what Macy does, and you guys will just take turns through the band responding. Okay, here we go. A 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now, this time, we're going to try to imitate Macy as perfectly as we can. One more time, starting on that concert F. Can I hear that concert F again? Okay, and I'm going to go around my band, but you should be playing along with us also. Try to imitate Macy. I'm going to put my guys on the spot a little bit too. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Sorry about that. The things we do for COVID. It used to be the things we do for love, but now it's, all right.
Not the same thing.
All right. One more comment about your answers. It is okay and actually very artistic to borrow a chunk of Macy's question and use it in your answer. So for instance, if I asked you, do you want this peanut butter sandwich? You might respond and use the word peanut butter sandwich in your answer. You might say, no, thank you. That peanut butter sandwich has been in your back pocket for 6 weeks. And that ties it closely to the answer. So if Macy sings, oh, geez, Macy. So I took some of it and I changed the hard part. And that ties it a little closer to the original material. Okay, we've come to that magic moment where we're going to play the entirety of the song Wobble with your help. So let's review the hand signals real quickly so you know where I need you. Thumbs up, get ready to play the melody. Okay, and I'll probably be facing that way, so you'll have to look at it like this. Spooky fingers, free improvisation. Raise fist, call and response, imitate Macy's statements on your instruments. Open hand, call and response. Answer Macy's questions with responses that come out of your own brain. I'm adding one more to the end, toward the end of the solo section. I'm going to wave my finger around like, who's that in the Geico commercial? Dikite Mutombo. And that means you should improvise on the blues scale without Macy's help, okay? You guys ready? All right. Here we go. Here's Wobble, written by the great Jeff Coffin. she does.
Da da dee da ba dee da. Da ba doo da ba doo da. Da 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 dee da da. Da da dee 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 da.
All right, try to play what she sings.
Da 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 dee dee ba doo da. Da da dee da. Da 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 da.
Now you're going to try to respond or answer Macy.
Dee dee ba doo da doo da. Be da be da be da.
What do you think of that?
Be ba ba be ba ba be ba da.
Don't let her talk to you like that.
Da da doo da dee dee ba doo da.
I heard that. Respond to that. That's it. Tell her what you think. Now, this next segment, do it without Macy's help. Use your blues scale. Right, be inventive. Stay with your blues scale. One more time. Find the groove. Stick with the groove. Hey, we hope you enjoyed playing Wobble with us. Give it up for the James Madison University Jazz Band and for Macy. Hope you enjoyed playing Wobble by Jeff Coffin. To get the most out of this session, go through it several times or just use parts of it in your warm-up. Goodbye for now. We hope to see you soon again from the JMU Jazz Band. And that's a wrap. That's great, you guys. Well done. That's good, right? that, like from a band director's point of view, it'd be great to have something like that. You could use it a lot of different ways. You could use it as a sub-lesson plan. That's a whole class period right there, you know? You could, you know, for a lot of directors who aren't that facile and jazz, that would be a good introduction to doing some stuff. I think it's really fun. You guys did a great job on that. I'm really excited. What time is it right now? Oh, wow. You have your music with you? Yeah. Let's play a little bit. We have a concert, you know, in 5 rehearsals. I mean, a recording in 5 rehearsals. So we got to get super busy. I'm going to ask Sammy, what's the thing we need most work on right this minute? All of it? What's that? Metro line is good.